Guys, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I was last live, and apparently YouTube has changed since then. Now we have this community button. What is this? Pre-stream's going crazy with it. Why is everyone maxed at 75 XP? Why did YouTube decide to add a pay-to-win feature? What is this? Hi guys, welcome to the stream, I guess. It hasn't even been 24 hours since I was last live and YouTube's changing. Can't say I'm shocked though. Is this really how they think they're gonna compete with Twitch? I mean, all they really need to do is just survive a couple more months. Twitch is gonna be dead. Really quickly, I'll read it for those of you who are interested. It says, a place for fans to stand out in the community. So basically people who know how to spam, getting points for it. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. And apparently, to get XP, it says send live chat messages and send super chats or super stickers. So yes, guys, I don't know what the conversion is. I don't know if it's like $1 a point or $1 every 100 points or something. But YouTube's trying to, I guess, come up with more features. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it a day in my life. Minimal effort. Thank you for the 9 months as a Bronze Titan. My twins have playoffs for tonight for softball, baseball, so I can't stay long. Keep Kada at arm's length. I hear he's a stealth toe sucker. Well, how do you feel about that accusation?
Yeah, go ahead and time him out for like 5 minutes. Let him sit back there and think about his.
Well, he's already said it. He said he was leaving, so I don't think timing him out would matter at this point.
Bullshit, man. I don't know where these allegations are coming from. All right, I don't know, yeah. But I don't partake. I don't partake.
Well, apparently it's a fast spreading rumor.
Well, it needs to stop. Okay, it needs to.
It's gonna ruin your public reputation. Next year, you're gonna be banned from conventions. You're not even gonna get into FatCon at this rate.
Oh my god! Please don't remind me. Please do not remind me. We were going over that today on stream, and I was like, wait, we were doing the numbers for how much it costs for a ticket. Do you want to know how much it costs for a ticket? Hold on.
Wait. Let me guess. 250, 200. Because it's like a fetish con. So I'd assume it's not like a $25 or $50 ticket. I'd assume it's a little bit.
Yeah, it is 200. It's $200.
Damn.
For one ticket.
That's insane.
To the Big Bad Con.
Yikes. That's
it's gonna be a time. They're non-refundable too, and then you gotta remember they have tax on there. They got like $60 worth of tax.
Oh, that's just degenerate.
And then
that's even worse.
They have processing fees as well. Processing fees. Like,
what are they gonna do with that extra money? Add a weight limit to the con? Add extra fucking 25-pound max weight?
They have more snacks because if you get the VIP status, if you have VIP, then
what, you're gonna get VIP.
No, I'm not. They're not getting that much money. Look, I don't even want to pay for the 200 because I feel like we're gonna go there and get turned away anyway. So
I mean, it could happen, but
it could, or they might actually just let us in. I'll use my black privilege to get in.
I don't know if that's really gonna work that much anymore. I mean, apparently everybody who's black is getting laid off, at least in the gaming industry, so it's not much of a card anymore.
You never know. You never know.
I guess not. Anyway, why don't you introduce the chat for the 5 people who might not know who you are after this very interesting initial conversation?
Yes, I'm Kada, aka Camelot331's, aka the fine auntie hunter, aka the pretty toe and calf and leg appreciator. Okay, it got the whole thing, you know what I mean? Remember A Christmas Story with the lamp? I think that's where it started. But yeah, I make YouTube videos on the games and the movies and the TV shows and all that stuff, and I try to piss people off with my rage bait, as they call it, tweets. Just having an opinion is rage bait. So yeah, I just make the stuff.
Well, apparently you're not going to be able to review Black Panther now.
Damn.
I know everybody's been talking about it today. This has been so hilarious to see. But guys, in case you didn't catch my video or you haven't heard the news, EA canceled their Black Panther game. And apparently Cliffhanger Studios, which was the studio that was developing the game, has been closed down.
Hilarious.
I think that's so great.
Wasn't They announced the studio and the game at the same time, I'm pretty sure, right?
I
Because
believe so, yeah.
I remember when they announced this game, I was like, "Oh, we're getting a Black Panther game." Okay, they
Yeah.
just failed with the Marvel's Avengers. That was ass, you
Yep.
know. So it's like, okay, we'll probably get a good Black Panther game. All right, cool. I'm with it. I'm with it. And then you come to find out about this unfortunate individual. I'm sure we're gonna talk about her and her big mouth. And then
Yeah.
you learn more about SBI and then EA and then it's like, yeah, this is not looking good.
Nope. Nope. But apparently, guys, EA has zero confidence, at least in this Black Panther game. Or maybe it's not Black Panther specifically, but the team that was behind it. But in an email sent to staff from the EA Entertainment president, Laura Miele, which, by the way, I've never heard of her a day in my life, don't know much about her, said that these changes, alongside other recent cancellations and layoffs, are being done to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities.
You know what that means? That means, yeah, we want to put more money into Madden, more money into FIFA,
Oh, yeah.
more money into
Absolutely.
Apex Legends, The Sims.
Well, I don't even know about Apex now, because apparently Apex has not been making them money. The past 2 quarters, they've said like it's down. They haven't been making enough revenue, so I don't even know if they're going to go ahead with Apex at this point. I mean, I don't think they're going to just stop development one day, but on the flip side, you'd think that for a game that has made them billions, they'd probably want to put at least a little bit more time into it, but I think that they've come to the realization that the interest in that's winding down.
Yeah, they did that to themselves. I was an avid Apex player, a
Yep.
lot, too much actually. I'm kind of ashamed of it.
Yeah, I play a lot of Apex. I still
Ye-
do. I mean, I like the game. It's just unfortunate with the political bullshit that they started putting in it, because it didn't
Mhm.
start that way. And then they started changing the story for the characters, and then they got so far away from the original Titanfall inspiration that they took with it that it became pretty unrecognizable. And then, of course, they have like the heirlooms, and now they're doing the heirloom reskins,
They're
and
doing
there's
heirloom reskins now.
oh, there's like 4 universal heirlooms that are out now, and
Yeah, that's when I stopped because I stopped
they've
in
done,
December.
I think I know there's a couple of reskin colors already. Yeah.
Reskins for an heirloom?
And for the
Is it at least
universal
free?
heirloom, no. God no. The
No, like
universal
if you
heir
have it, is it free or do
No,
you have to
no.
buy it
They're
again?
different versions of the heirlooms, technically. And for the universal ones, there's like 5 different skins on top now, so that you have to buy those separately.
Because, god damn, dude, I'm so glad I got
Yeah.
that game. Because I know the
So there's a-
universal, there's different tiers that you
Yeah.
can unlock.
Yeah, there's
And
the
so
new
you,
currency for them, like the
uh-huh.
universal shards or whatever, but even those, it's like $50 for 30 of them or something, and you need like 50 of them for a reskin.
Jesus Christ.
It's
I'm so glad I
crazy.
don't play that game. And then they split the battle pass in 2. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like the 2 battle pass. Apex is just a fumble, such a fumble. Because
It is.
gameplay wise, it's very good.
Yeah, I love
It's
the
very
movement
good.
tech in Apex.
The gameplay is solid, you know, especially if you play one of the movement characters. Like I played Pathfinder. It's so good to just run around
Yeah.
and shoot. But then you have all the other stuff, like sound not working. Somebody like a big fat ass
The
Gibby
footsteps.
will walk behind you, like literally walk up behind you, and you won't hear him. And he weighs 400 pounds. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Big robots. For some reason, I never understood how Pathfinder was getting affected by caustic traps. How does that work?
Oh yeah. I guess I've never
Yeah.
thought of it that way.
Yeah, see,
But
you see what I
kind
mean?
of true.
It's a
How does
bunch
that
of
even
dumb shit.
happen?
It's just dumb
Yeah.
stuff, man. And then
Yeah, there was a lot of, or there has always really been a lot of like technical difficulties with the game, and I still think that the gameplay itself is really fantastic. It's just unfortunate that they ended up not, I feel like they didn't build on the game. They kept everything exactly the same, except for like upping the microtransactions, and sure, every year and a half we get a new map, but they never tried to enhance the game. They were like, well, we're gonna keep it the same because what's worked so far has made us money, and That's just not going to keep people around. And then they had arenas, which then they killed off after like half a year, which pissed me the fuck off. And now they're bringing it back for a limited time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not even permanent.
They fumble so bad with everything. I don't get it. And then they added, remember they had quads, and quads was actually pretty fun to play. And then they took it out. And then it's like, okay. And then you have like the other game modes that they add in, you know, like with the gun, with the Mozambique that was shooting the little Nessies. You got all those game modes. That's fun. Took it out.
Those are cute, right? Like, and then they did the holiday ones, but they're only around for like 2 weeks. They're not even around for the full month.
They've had the same Christmas game mode.
It's always the same. The fucking Mirage train.
The fucking game. Yes, the train. And it's the same one for 3 years. No. It's longer than that.
I think it's been every year since the game launched.
The game came out in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. I think it's the same every year.
Yeah, it's been the same every single year. They have not changed. It's like GTA, like adding the snow every year. You know, where it's like, oh, it's just the snow on the ground. It's like they don't change nothing.
They don't. It's a shame. Minimal effort. Thank you for the 2. So if Vera and Kada had a baby, would it be dark?
Technically,
that was pretty good. Oh, also really quickly, I don't know how this feature works, chat, the community. I know I mentioned it right at the start of stream. Thank you for the $2 donation. My community tab isn't even there anymore. I can't even look at the community ranking. So
what is that? Because
I guess you guys are on your own.
I was just live a few hours ago. I didn't see that.
I think they're rolling it out to certain channels, but oh, it's back. I refreshed. There's now a community leaderboard, and apparently if you super chat or super sticker, or if you just type in the chat, your rank's supposed to be higher, but minimal effort isn't even here. Oh, he's number 13 and he had donated. So wouldn't he technically be higher than everybody else? I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, so you got to be talking just to
you have to either be spamming. I guess we'll see if it catches up with itself.
I got to find that.
I don't even register. I think it's technically just on for across the channel. Or do you mean your channel doesn't have it? Yeah, I'm assuming that they're rolling it out. I'm super distracted by that this stream already because I have no clue what it is.
I have 25 XP though. Hold on. Let me
rigged, right? Like minimal effort. You donated. You should be number 1. You're number 13. How does that make sense?
Let me see. All right. So I just typed and my XP didn't go up. What the hell? Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Okay, hold on. We're moving up. I get it.
What rank are you? You've typed one thing and you're already 20? What about the other people? This system's rigged. I hate this. Lamar, thank you for the 5. Shout out to my boy Kada. Been watching you since Assassin's Creed Shadows came out.
Yo, shout out, man.
Thank you so much for the 5.
So many people just be like, yo, I've been watching you for a while. I'm like, that's kind of creepy, man. Now that I think about it, you just be watching me, and I don't even know you be there. Hey, but shout out, I appreciate you guys.
I mean, it is true though.
Hold on.
I'm trying to refresh this. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too distracted by it, chat. I'm just trying to figure it out. You're number 8? Wait, you're above the people who paid money?
hold on, because now look.
You're number 8.
I'm getting competitive.
Minimal effort's 15. Lamar's not even on this list. Man, if I was a donator, I'd be requesting a refund.
Yeah, I'm number 18. I should be number 1, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, apparently you're skipping the ranks. You're number 8. So all I see is max 75 XP though. I don't know.
Oh, that's the mat. Oh, that's why we haven't gone up. Okay.
Well, you're. Okay. Oh yeah, you're at 75 now. Yeah, everybody's basically at 75. How does it? It's YouTube. I don't know what to say.
Now you gotta figure out how to up the max. So we can have people battling out in the comments for the leaderboard.
I don't see anything. All YouTube says is it's a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges, and you need to collect XP points, and you get them by sending live chat messages or sending super chats or super stickers.
Okay.
It's the only info I've got.
Okay. You know what? I got an idea for how to use that if that applies to my channel or
I
another
hope that
channel.
they end up rolling it out to everybody quick because, YouTube doesn't like to do that. They love to take forever. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for stopping by, Minimal Effort. Hope the rest of your evening goes good.
Shout out, man. Hey, I'm trying to get him to go to FatCon with us.
Oof.
I'm trying to get him to go to FatCon with us.
Suddenly, he's gonna have literally every excuse in the book to not talk to you anymore until after that day. The next day, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, I missed all your DMs. So sorry."
He's gonna
That
ignore me for the
sucks.
next 7 months. He's just gonna
Yeah.
ignore me.
Oh
And then
man, I
afterwards,
just didn't see what you were saying this whole time.
it's gonna be fun. It's going to be so fun walking around those big, nasty behemoths. Ugh.
You sound pretty excited, to be
I'm
fair.
so excited. I can't wait.
Woo.
I can't
Anyway,
wait.
chat, let's get away from that before YouTube bans me. It says, in addition to closing Cliffhanger and canceling Black Panther, EA is also laying off some individuals on both its mobile and central teams. When asked for an exact number of individuals impacted, EA declined to comment. Of course they're going to decline to comment. They don't even know how many people they're firing. All they did was tell the higher-ups of the specific studios, hey, listen, we need to get rid of X amount of people, or we need to cut X amount of dollars. They don't know exactly who's getting fired. Like, for this person who had worked at Sweet Baby Inc., do you really think that the people working at EA know her name? Of course not. They only know that she was hired for this specific project.
Yeah.
That's all they know. And for the people who are not aware, yes, this game had some very interesting individuals behind it because an ex-Sweet Baby Inc. employee, and well, this article came out in 2024, current Marvel Black Panther narrative designer, was seen proudly bragging that the previous title she had released, Validate, had no white people on the dev team because apparently racism doesn't count when you're talking about white people.
Apparently not. No, you can't be racist to white people, as some of them
No.
like to say, which is great. I listened to her comment again today for the first time in like a year, and I was like, wow, that's
it's a tough
terrible
listen.
thing. Like,
Yep.
imagine, like if you got on here and you was like, yeah, I have a dev team full of white people because I don't want those black people around because they think they're cool, but they're really doing aggressive things. You will be, oh my God, just banned, shunned,
absolutely.
blacklisted from the industry. But no, she gets to say that and then just roll with it. What a crappy indie game about a bunch of back grabbers. Right?
Yeah.
A bunch of, different individuals that like to drive their car on the wrong side of the road, and nobody was even playing it.
Yeah, her quote was, has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. Imagine if I sat here and said, I hired only white people because black people made me feel uncomfortable. I'd be instantly canceled.
Yeah.
Anybody who would say that would be instantly canceled. That is a disgusting statement to make no matter what type of person you're talking about. It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is or the color of the skin that you're referring to. If you say that, that's absolutely fucking just repulsive. And the fact that she said that as if that was going to get her like positive press is insane. And I know that so many people like her within the industry truly have only gotten their jobs because of DEI positions at companies, but it's statements like that that make the divide in the gaming industry or in any industry significantly worse. She's the type of person that claims to want inclusivity until it comes down to actually working with the people who are different than you.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, she works in an industry that's mostly like a bubble, right? Because a lot of the people that she's around agree with her and say those kind of things, but specifically around one certain demographic of people. If you go the other way, that's a no-no. So with her saying that, she probably felt very comfortable to say and do that stuff because that's the environment that she's in. She's not really plugged in to like the normal day-to-day people. Like, she would never go to, I don't know, like a con and be like, oh yeah, you white person, you can't cosplay as Black Panther because he's black and you're white. She would never do that. right? But if
Right.
she's working at this game, she'll probably be like, oh yeah, or we're gonna try to get a bunch of black people to play this game because, well, he is Black Panther. You know, that's the kind of
Yeah.
dumb shit that they think about. So I'm not
Yeah.
surprised that she said it. It was
Oh, I'm
just
not surprised either, but it's just rich coming from somebody who preaches inclusivity. And she had worked at Sweet Baby for several years, which,
yeah.
listen, if that's really where you feel you're going in your career, I feel bad for you. I truly feel a little bit of sympathy for you. You're working at one of the most bottom of the barrel companies in the industry, a company that now is laughed at whenever we hear the name of it. That's the best job you could land. You really do suck at your job.
Hey, if it's a free, it's for me. You know what I mean? So she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, I just got to be black and a woman. Well, I think I'm one of those things because I'm pretty sure she doesn't know what she is. So yeah, she got in there.
And
That's
I
absolutely
haven't
hilarious.
had the pleasure of playing Validate yet. I'm sure now my whole entire community is going to be like, hey, we actually know this game that you might want to play. No, but
I'm just gonna
doesn't
pretend
seem
like I didn't hear that.
it doesn't seem like a game many people are going
I've
to
been-
enjoy.
I haven't even checked it on the Steam chart. You know what?
I
It was
actually haven't
valid-
either.
Hold on,
Steam
validate, right?
DB. Validate. Wait, it's in different volumes? Oh my god, guys. There's so many people in game right now. Holy fuck. Since this announcement, we see a resurgence in their numbers. Holy fuck. That's a resurgence. There's so
Oh
many
my
people
God.
supporting. Holy shit. I'm so proud of this community.
Oh my
Rise up, modern gamers. I'm proud of you guys.
And the last,
What?
the last,
In the past 24 hours. That's her. She's like, damn. I have to
no,
reminisce.
it's worse. It's worse than that. And two people. Oh, what the?
Oh my god. A week ago, the all-time peak was 3.
Oh my god.
Look at that. Look at that. It's been the most they've had is 8 since the beginning of the year. Wow.
Jesus Christ. We should no. We should not make people start looking into this game because I know exactly what's about to happen. I know what's going to happen.
This
I'm
is
gonna
how you
wake
know
up-
the owner estimations on SteamDB are bullshit. There's no shot this sold potentially 37k copies.
Yeah, there's no way.
If
There's
if
no
there
way.
were 37,000 people who ended up buying this, I'm closing my channel down right now.
There's no way.
I'm actually done. This is my last stream.
They didn't even
Wow.
crack 80 individual. But
Look
you
at
know
that.
what?
It's Christmas themed. It's so nice of the charts to look so pretty for them.
That's so bad. Hey, that's the modern audience for you. That's the people
It
that
really
they
is.
cater to. They're the ones that say, oh, they preach about it all day on Twitter. They love this stuff. And then when it comes out, they don't say anything. They don't buy it. You know, they might retweet it and get millions of views on that tweet. None of those people are going to play the game. So
That's what's so hilarious about games like this is the people who are making them constantly say, oh, it's okay that all different types of developers want to make all different sorts of games for all different sorts of people. And I generally agree with that. Even if it's a game that I think looks like trash, I want it to come out. I want whoever the audience is to enjoy it. But ultimately, they're making games for nobody. So you might, get a viral clip on X or a post, and you might have a lot of people virtue signaling and saying, oh my god, this is such a stunning team who made this brave game, but those people don't play video games, so this is what you end up with. 80 people, all-time peak. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but it goes back into you can make these games. Like even though we're joking on it, this is a total failure, but that's the market speaking.
Yeah.
That's the market telling you they don't want to play these kind of games.
Right.
You know, and it's fine that you're still making them, but I would much rather have 5 Dustborns, you know, than 1 Dragon Age Veilguard. 100%. Because in that point, at least they're original stuff and they're not tainting things that already came before.
Yeah.
So if they come out, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just not gonna play that. And if it comes and goes, you can make fun of it, you can laugh at it, and then go on about your day. But if you get something like, you know, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, which takes the lore of the Arkham games and completely shits on it.
Oh my god. Fuck
I-
Rocksteady.
Exactly.
Fuck those devs. Fuck them killing the Arkhamverse. Little bitches.
See how much worse that is?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
worse
oh yeah.
when they destroy something that's been there
Oh,
before.
absolutely. Last year,
that's
I
worse.
rated Suicide Squad as my least favorite game of the year, and Dustborn was close, but Dustborn didn't take, a decade worth of existing lore and fuck it over.
Oh my god, I'm just thinking about that game. You fought 2 enemy types.
Yep, that's it.
Big purple dude, small purple dude. That was it.
Yeah.
And then it was like capture point A, B, or C.
Yep.
Or go from point A to B, and that was the only gameplay. That was
well,
it.
there was like 2 or 3 missions where you had to actually, I think, like jump through the rings in a certain amount of time, and you had to like fly across the map, like build top of the building to top of the building, like a race. But there was like 3 of those quests.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
why are you lying? Why are you pushing propaganda against this game? Stop the fucking cap. We know that there was more than 2 types of missions. There was 3.
Ooh. Congratulations, Rocksteady. God, that game pissed me off. I don't know if y'all saw the first clip I ever had that went kind of viral was when I bought the game, and because my homeboy played it on stream, and he was like, "Yo, we should play it," and I was like, "Okay, I'll play it with you." Spent $100 right on the game, and I couldn't even get into the game. I couldn't even get into it. I couldn't get in, but I could go to the store and buy something.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to buy something, it would have let me go through the entire process of buying skins, but it wouldn't let me play the game.
That's fucking stupid. I mean, not surprising.
I can't believe there's still that many people playing this.
I know, 90? That's shocking.
Hold on, check Arkham City.
Ooh, Arkham City.
No way Arkham City has more people that's played it.
Arkham City has had there's 0.
Okay, so that's
it is a game from how many more years before though?
But this is do the other one, the other Arkham City.
Arkham City. Oh, Game of the Year.
Let's see.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. 597. Yep. And I mean, one game is from a year ago, and another game is from
That's insane.
What, 2012? Hey, Arkham City's great.
Arkham City was in 2000.
I think Game of the Year was 2012. Arkham
was it 12?
City release date October 2011.
Oh, 2011.
So Game of the Year was 2012, yeah.
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah. Drew, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate it. That is crazy.
Yo, Arkham City has more players. Does Arkham Asylum have more players? No shot. No shot.
Well, it only has to beat 90.
Jeez.
You love to see it.
Jeez. Imagine. No shot.
I mean,
Jeez.
it's yeah.
Well, I know Arkham Knight has to. A lot of people still play Arkham Knight because that game gets modded all to hell. Yeah. See, people mod the fuck out of Arkham Knight.
27K all-time peak.
That is insane.
It's not insane though. They're just significantly better games. Because Kill the Justice League came out and everybody hated it with such a passion that they were like, fuck this, I'm going to support these other games, which makes sense.
Yeah, but it's the context, right? Because these games are over a decade old.
Oh, yeah.
Arkham or Kill the Justice League is like a year old. That was supposed to be their big bang, their big return back to the Arkhamverse.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even crack 90 people playing your fucking game.
Nope.
A game that is insane to me. I was talking about this earlier with Avowed and Tainted Grail. Because I haven't played Tainted Grail yet. I've just been watching a little bit of the gameplay. It looks really good. I want to play it so bad.
It is pretty good.
I want to play it. That looks like a game I'm going to get lost in. But it looks exactly like how we thought Avowed was going to be when we got that reveal in like 2020. where it's like, oh, we're gonna get like a little Skyrim-esque looking game.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Avowed comes out and it has the weird flower people and, you know, all the ugly NPCs and the
It's just the gay
gameplay
color
and
scheme.
yeah.
It's
And then you
bright
get
and
this
colorful,
one.
and it's like visual vomit. Same with Kill the Justice League, yeah.
Yeah.
Avowed. What other games have been like that recently? Too many of them. That's for
Too
sure.
many to count. Marathon.
Oh God.
Marathon.
Concord.
And that's another good comparison. Marathon just came, like, they had their beta. All the, you know, bisexual colors, which I don't have a problem with. It's just the color palette in the game doesn't look really good or appeasing,
No.
right? So you have that, and that flops. But then you had Arc Raiders that dropped a week later, and everybody's like, "Bro, I want to play Arc Raiders." It's like I don't get these companies. Like, you're spending all this money on these video games to try to get people to buy them, and then some dude that spent, like, I don't know, 3 years working on a game with his buddies drops the game and they're making millions of dollars and you're struggling.
Yup, exactly. And again, with something like Kill the Justice League, I do think that it is significantly worse than something like a Dustborn, but it's when you have that much history and you have that much lore to go off of, how is it that you end up with that?
You know what? You know what? They get some respect out of me because it takes effort to make something that bad.
It really does.
Like, you have to go out of your way to take a legacy and a story and characters and shit on them so bad. Like, you have to actively go, yeah, we want to taint this brand. There's no way somebody did that whole story, had all the characters, and said, you know what will make this very great? We're going to have Captain Boomerang piss on the Flash.
Modernization.
And then afterwards have everybody make jokes about how big his dick is. Yes, this is all the gamers are gonna love this. They had to either A, they're really that incompetent, or B, they really just thought that they could, or B, they really tried to actively make it
destroy it. They hated the source material. It's like if they had taken the old Harley or Catwoman and actually made those characters their own games, fucking $1 billion.
Yeah,
the Catwoman DLC was fantastic.
I was just about to say that the Catwoman DLC in Arkham City was fucking great.
Yep.
And especially when you played, oh my god, I loved it. It was good. Harley, when you first see Harley in Arkham City, and she does the flips to Batman, and he just fucking backhands her out the way. That's great.
Slaps her. Yeah.
That's great. You know, like, but she was still a good character, even though, you know, she can't go one-on-one with Batman. But that doesn't make her less of a character.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the 2. Sup, Vera? Hail. I'm assuming that's what you mean to say. Kada, sup, chat. How the hell are you? Doing good, Damaj, and I hope you're doing good as well.
Damaj and I in the building. What's good, man?
Colin, thank you so much for the 5. I have to play Arkham City one day. The Arkham games are so fucking phenomenal. I'm still mixed on if I've always said this between Origin and City. They're both so close to each other in rating. I love them both.
People sleep on Origins. Origins is actually really good.
I haven't played Shadows yet. Have you?
The VR one?
Yeah, the VR one.
No,
that got crazy good ratings.
Yeah, I heard it was good, but
I mean, I know that it sold within its first month of release, and it sold 1 million copies. So,
I'm not surprised, but I'm just not into the VR shit.
I'm not either. I'm gonna buy VR specifically for that game, though. That's probably the last Arkham experience we're going to get. So
true. I mean, I would say it goes City. I have a very soft spot for Asylum because obviously that was the first one, and that was the first one I played. But it would have to go City, Origins, Asylum, Night.
Yep.
100 Feet of Shit, Suicide Squad.
No, we don't even count that. We don't even count that. Even under the fucking slop, that does not exist.
100 feet and then 1,000 miles of piss, and then Suicide Squad is looking through the window, taking back shots from Harley Quinn as
They really thought that they were onto something with that. They thought that they were going to get a sequel.
They ended off the entire thing with a comic panel,
the 2D
play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be Batman came back and Batman was the last playable DLC character. But then they changed their mind because they were starting to run out of money and they didn't have the talent because like 75% of the staff got fired after it came out. So it was supposed to be Batman, but then they just ended it because they were like, okay, we just don't have the money anymore.
From my friend, he was actually in the little partner program for the game. He was like, they were supposed to do all the Justice League comes back at the end of them doing all their thing, and then you realize all the Justice League people that you killed were clones and all. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. I'm done, dude. And Mrs. Freeze, Asian Mrs. Freeze,
Asian gender swapped lesbian Mrs. Freeze.
Pillsbury Doe woman Mrs. Freeze.
That was
God.
I think one of the worst characters I've ever experienced in a game. And then you have the ethical thief, Lawton, and
Oh yeah. What's his
Zoe
name?
Lawton.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really thought that they were onto something with that. Eric, thank you for the $4.99. Kada, you should play this game. Oh, you should play Validate?
That's why I said you shouldn't say anything. Because he's not going to let it go. Every time now this is going to become a thing. Every time on stream, they're going to be like, yo, when are you going to play Validate?
At least people aren't asking me yet. That's all I care about. That's right. You should play it on your stream. Not me, though.
No, I'm grifting. That's, you gotta pay for that one.
Yeah, no, I agree. Some dude, thank you so much for the $1.99. What's up, Kada?
What's up with you, some dude?
Money Senpai, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Also, guys, none of this is looking like it counts towards the community leaderboard, so I don't know what the fuck to say about that at this point. Your paying to win isn't paying to win. If I could fix it, I would. Eric, thank you so much for the $9.99. City Origins Asylum Night. Yeah, I agree with that.
But Night is pretty cool if you start putting a lot of mods into it, just for the combat and the graphics.
I'm a woman, so I can't drive in video games. So fuck the Batmobile. Fuck the Uncle Rizzler trophies. That shit was ass to 100%. Fuck that.
It was
him and his fucking crash courses. Man, it made the game anti-woman. I don't feel represented.
I'll give you a pass on the women can't drive part because you're right, but the driving in that game was kind of
It was rough.
It was kind of iffy.
It got the point across and it was still playable, but they could have done a little bit better.
Yeah,
at least in my opinion.
Tank Batmobile driving around. Shocking. Yeah, I'm running dudes all over, but no, I'm shocking them and they're flying off. All right, sure, yeah. Batman.
Yeah. Thank you for the $4.99. No one could drive that damn Batmobile.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, so I suck at driving in games, but also, I think my debuff also didn't help the fact that it was pretty trash to control. So.
Did you just say a debuff?
Yeah, I got the gender debuff. Can't drive.
My ovary debuff was fucking me over.
Yeah.
Well, at least now we know when we get GTA 6 and we start playing online.
I'm screwed. I'm gonna have to get a bicycle in that game. Me
I
driving.
The clips are gonna be amazing. Watching her try to drive in GTA 6, it's gonna be great.
I'm gonna have to hire a henchman to drive me around because there's no way that I'm gonna be able to do it myself. Video man, thank you for the 5 and nothing is lost. EA is not in the game and is not going to challenge anything unless it makes them money. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing with EA and not even just specifically about the Black Panther situation, but also talking about like Dragon Age, I talked about this in a video today, but you have people who are coming out, in this case, the Dragon Age creator, saying EA execs thought BioWare fans would eat whatever slop they were given, which is just the way that these execs think. Now, sure, I think execs at most of these companies are trash. They're not gamers, they don't understand the industry, they're not listening to what their customers want, but on the flip side, you also have, with the case of Dragon Age, the developers just being trash at their jobs. If they were creating better storylines, if they were creating better worlds, richer experiences, it would be going at least a little bit better for them. But you have mismanagement, and then you also have bad game developers, and that just makes a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think I've been seeing that make the rounds. I was thinking there's no way that's real. There's no way that's
he's
real.
saying it is. Yeah, so they start. PC Gamer wanted to try to defend gamers with this piece, which, first of all, you can fucking stop. We know you don't actually care about gamers or representing
and aren't
gamers.
you the same ones that were pushing the narrative of all these companies?
Yep. They're always riding these companies' dicks. They're always defending them. And now suddenly, because they're not going to get another Dragon Age game that they liked, because they liked Veilguard, oh, suddenly it's everybody else's fault, and it's absolutely terrible that this is happening. They start off this article talking about politics. So it just goes to show that they don't actually want to talk about video games. It's just that they can't make it at mainstream political outlets like fucking MSNBC, so they have to sit here and give us a history lesson on the 90s and Tony Blair's Labor Party. But David Gator is saying that apparently BioWare was always getting screwed over by EA because EA is filled with a bunch of meanies. It says in a recent chat with Games Radar, the EA bosses used to refer to RPG stalwarts as living in the cave. That'd be the nerd cave, you see, where the nerds lived. You made an RPG and the nerds in the cave would always show up for an RPG because it was an RPG, which there are super fans for every single franchise, and it is true to a certain extent that people would have shown up to support the latest BioWare game because they remember those good nostalgic days of BioWare. But maybe 20 years ago, they could have gotten away with saying that, and they could have gotten away with this mentality. But not now, because now they're just making fucking slop.
Yeah, I mean, he's not technically wrong, right?
No.
But also, it's the thought that you thought you could just do anything and people would go for it, not understanding that at a certain point, even your hardcore defenders are going to go, yeah, no, I'm not buying that. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not supporting that. Like, even all the shields that were shilling for Dragon Age the Veilguard, they did the typical thing that everybody does. Like a week or a month later, they go, well, you know, this game actually wasn't really that good, and this was bad, and that was bad. Like, you're not going to be able to just please them by saying, oh, here you go. Here's a slot from my asshole. Just eat that. I put some sprinkles on it. Yeah, this is good for you. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And the AAA gaming space is really gonna get to a point where you're gonna crash. Like you're going full speed into the wall, and you know you're going into the wall, but you're still driving as fast as you can, thinking that, oh, we're just gonna take all the money we can before we hit that wall. And I love it though, to be honest. I
love seeing them eat shit. I love seeing them end up facing the mentality that they have had for decades and realize that it's completely and utterly wrong. It takes companies now far too long to realize their mistakes. So when they finally come around and realize them, I love it. I do, because I want them. I don't necessarily want the companies themselves to fail. It's just that I want them to get to the point where they have to fire 95% of the people and restart. Because we used to love BioWare for a reason. There are a lot of games that BioWare had made that were great. There are a lot of franchises that only BioWare will always have. So if we ever want to see those franchises again, the people running the companies need to recognize their mistakes and get rid of the bad developers and bring back veterans or new people who are actually talented at their job.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
I
think where people get it confused is they think we do all this out of hatred for games or these companies. It's like, no, we actually enjoyed all this stuff. That's why we're so upset. I'm not gonna say here and act like I was the biggest Dragon Age fan. I enjoy the games, but
Yeah.
I wasn't like the biggest fan, you know. But if something like that had happened to Halo, right? Like even
Oof.
though Halo's still nowhere near as good as it was, I can't say that it's like, you know, got tarnished in the same way that Dragon Age did. Like if
Oh
something
no.
like that happened to Halo, I'm burning the entire industry down, right?
Yeah.
Like because that's something that I love. And a lot of these people don't understand that. It's not just, and that's not just for gaming either. Like, you know, that's like movies, TV, you know, comics, all that. People like this stuff. And they don't like it that you have people that don't care about it and they're just throwing it into the ground saying, oh, you're going to pay for it because it says Star Wars, or you're going to pay for it because it says Marvel. That's some BS, man.
It is absolutely, and you do make a good point that there are so many people who say, "Oh, you're only on YouTube or on X or on a platform and you're only hating on something to make a few bucks." But ultimately, do you really think that people would sit here and talk about, I don't know, all these different franchises if they really didn't care about them? Like, sure, there might be a couple people, but not this many. You can't tell me that there are channels out there who do, hundreds of hours of lore videos every single month, and then they criticize it because they just were haters, because they just want to see a company fail. Absolutely not. People love franchises and they're passionate about certain game genres, or they have the love and nostalgia for companies, and we want them to do better. But if you never criticize when a company is doing something wrong, then they can never change and potentially go back to that. So it just boils down to them wanting us to shut up and consume product,
Yep.
which these companies are realizing is not a winning strategy anymore. You can't expect people to just accept the slop that you're giving them.
Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work anymore at all, actually. Like,
No.
and that goes back to the other conversation about, you know, Tainted Grail and all these other games that have been coming out that are like, you know, indie to double A, and they've just been making bank. And they're
Yeah.
just like gamers. Like they're made by people that like games, and they're like, hey, can you buy my game because, you know, we wanted to make a game like this. And it's
Right.
like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll go do that. And then you got Ubisoft that's like, oh, we're gonna put Boba Tea in Assassin's Creed Shadows because Asian. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's like a night and day difference.
It's so funny to me that the media was like, Japanese people aren't actually upset about Assassin's Creed, and then you fucking queue up the Japanese politicians talking about how they want the game banned because of how offended their people are. Like,
Yeah.
you're telling me no Japanese individuals are upset about this game? Are you sure about that?
Every single time you went into like the comments of like the Japanese side of Twitter, everybody's like, yeah, I don't like this. Why are they doing this? No, this is disrespectful. But no, we're just making things up, I guess. We're
That
fighting fandom. What did that one dude say? We're fighting fandom battles.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's definitely it, guys. Michael, thank you for the 166 bosses in Expedition 33. Yeah, there's just a massive level of quality difference between something like Expedition 33 and Assassin's Creed Shadows. They're so vastly different, and you love to see it because it's a game that's actually made by passionate people.
I still need to beat a lot of the bosses in that game. Like I beat the game, but I still need to go back and level up to like level 99 and then beat all the bosses and all that. And I actually want to. I can't believe it. I
Yeah.
want to go back and play it unlike other games.
Yeah, there's too many bad games out there. Pepper, thank you for the 10. I'm 100% white, cisgendered, heterosexual, grass-fed, cave nerd. Wait, did somebody say RPG? Hey, that's the perfect response. EA is going to be contacting you.
Yeah, they got some more shit to sell you, dude. I hope you're hungry.
Yeah, thank you for the 10. Eric, EA likes money, make them money, you're fine. Burn their money, you gotta go. Simple capitalism. And possible, it's true. I mean, they have been willing to put a lot of money into a lot of questionable projects because they've been convinced by some of these activists that, oh, it will eventually pay off, but it's not paying off for them. And they're finally realizing that they can't barrel forward with these plans. So then we see massive layoffs, and then we see situations like this where studios are completely closed down. And these people aren't going to get my sympathy when they're out here straight up saying that they don't give a fuck about having white people on their dev teams because they make them uncomfortable.
Yeah. I put that in a video earlier. It's like, yeah, I don't even like of course, there's people that work at the companies that are just there to actually make a game, and they actually just want to make a game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter when you have dumb people like this that go, oh, well, we just want a bunch of diverse individuals so we can feel safe. Like, of course, people are gonna be like, all right, dude, yeah, I don't care that you lost your job. Like, that's like if I use this analogy all the time. That's like if I go to a restaurant and every time I go there, you fuck my order up and then you get fired. Am I supposed to be upset that you got fired? No.
Right.
No.
I think that this image is hilarious. Does this look like a DEI hire at Grok? Receptionist, narrative writer, narrative designer, associate narrative designer. Surely she got these jobs because she's talented, right, guys?
Wait a minute, I didn't even see this. Wait. Pause. Stop the presses. How in the actual fuck do you go from a receptionist to a narrative writer to a narrative designer?
I know the answer. DEI initiatives.
Was she like it? There's no way she was in school for this. And then they were like, yeah, you could be a narrative writer. Act as the champion of the story and script in it.
Yeah. Act as the central resource for all things narrative related, as well as write content and edit copies. Act as the champion of the story, script, and speech for the product.
Look at the receptionist. A part-time receptionist for a fucking daycare.
For 7 years.
For a daycare.
Yeah. And nothing to do with the gaming industry.
You went from that to working on Black fucking Panther. Yo, nah, dude. That's crazy. There's
It's
no
a
way.
slippery DEI slope. And listen,
There's
maybe she actually, in some crazy alternate reality, maybe like it's a 1 in a million chance she actually cares about the video game industry. We know that that's definitely not true, but let's say for argument's sake she does. This is, it's crazy that in just a few years, she went from 2021 to 2025, going from being a narrative writer to an associate narrative designer for EA and Cliffhanger and working on Black Panther. Like, there are people who are in the industry for decades who don't get opportunities like that. And then suddenly in only a couple of years, in 4 years, that happens. Now, I mean, ultimately, she couldn't have been that good at her job. None of them could have been if the studio is getting shut down and the game's canceled, because if EA really felt like they had a gold mine on their hands, they wouldn't have canceled this. Yeah. They must have recognized the fact that it's either in development hell or it just wasn't progressing the way they expected. Same thing that happened with the Wonder Woman game. They rebooted that game 3 times and it still wasn't even close to being done. So they said, okay, we're just going to cut our losses now. And I mean, when you have people like that working on the project, I just can't see how they're genuinely talented individuals. And there was another person. Who was it? I don't see it here. There was another person on this project who had gone to GDC and was talking about using, sensitive language and being respectful. No, it was a chick. It was a chick. I know Savvy had posted it. Let me see if I can find her name really quickly. But I know Savvy had posted. Yeah, here it is. Alexa Ray. It says writer, narrative designer, and professional yapper for video games. Senior writer at Marvel and EA's Black Panther. And yeah, I mean, if true, this is the writer who recently gave a GDC talk about why lowering your vocabulary is needed in the writer's room using mentally ill Tumblr language. Okay, for this to make sense, I need you to understand what oh my god. In her GDC...
Are we doing this? She said it in a GDC
In her GDC
conference?
2025 talk, game writer explains why developers should embrace baby girls, pookies, and himbos. I'm killing myself. I'm done. What the fuck? Okay, for this to make sense, I need you to... They're actually gonna go into an explanation? Okay, for this to make sense, I need you to understand what a baby girl is. A baby girl is, as writer and narrative designer Alexa Ray Correa explains in her GDC talk, a character that everyone can agree is a little bit traumatized, but secure in their masculinity, attractive, sensitive, and vulnerable. Holy fuck, just go to fucking Archive of Our Own fucking fiction and go and have fun reading AO3 fanfics. This is not the way the developers should be talking about their characters. But secure in their masculinity, attractive, sensitive, and vulnerable, but not weak. He's over the age of 25 and may have soft reasons to make hard decisions. He's using Collide from Final Fantasy 16 as an example. Don't fucking bring my guy into this. This is trash.
I thought she was explaining a girl. She's
describing
a man?
Yes. Like, oh my gosh, he's in tune with his emotions, and he's a little bit sensitive, but he's really strong when he needs to be. Shut the fuck up. He's in tune with his masculinity, guys. Why are you being such haters? Can't a guy be in his feels for a little while?
I can't believe I'm about to say the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but maybe we do need Tumblr back. Because these motherfuckers have been on the loose ever since that shit went away.
I was hoping Blue Sky might have reined him in, but...
But these are the people, this is one of the people that was going to work on Black Panther.
Yup, she is a senior writer on Black Panther.
Dog,
so we're not even just talking about, like, a junior that was brought in. No, we're talking about the top of the food chain here.
Nah, dude, there's no way. Like, if this isn't a clear example of why the industry needs to crash, then I don't know what is. And how can it possibly be worse?
Still with me? Good. Let's talk about a meow meow. A meow meow refers to a villainous or morally gray character who fans are inspired to care for or comfort amidst all the terrible things that happen to them. Do not confuse a meow meow with a wooby. Is that how you say this shit? I feel like I just said a slur. As a wooby refers to a more heroic character you might want to just give a big hug to.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I bet this chick loved being a Raylo. She loved Ray and Kylo fanfictions.
She had to be a Raylo, dude. This is... Oh my god.
She probably commissioned the one R34 art for Concord. I honestly, I didn't think that it could have gotten worse, but it did.
Am I old? Am I the old one here? Because himbos and baby girls and woobies, like back in my day when Pookie, that was that dude down the street, man. What's a Pookie now? What does that mean?
I don't even know. It's so sad that this is how professional level game developers are supposedly talking to themselves. Like, I understand having maybe an inside joke at a certain company, like that's going to be the company culture. There's going to be jokes that inevitably, like, the public isn't going to get. But it's like your cringe-worthy Gen Z coding different character descriptions, and then you bring that to GDC and bring that up in a speech? That sounds insane to me. And yeah, Eric, I agree. EA saw how this was going to play out and dodged it.
That was literally my thought process.
Yeah.
They came to EA with the story and exactly how they wanted to play it out, and EA said, no fucking way. With the way that the winds are changing right now, there's no way we're gonna greenlight this game. That's the only explanation. And after reading this, I believe it.
Yeah, and there have always been a lot of women in the video game industry. There are a lot of women in the video game industry now, but it's women like this. They're the reason why people point and laugh at the term female game developer.
Yeah.
Like, this is the coding, this is the language that you are using within your studio to make a game based on a very masculinized character? Like, this is the Black Panther team. That just sounds insane to me.
It's hilarious, man. I
know. I didn't think it could get worse. It did.
like, I'm just thinking, like I thought she was explaining like some weird explanation for a woman. She's talking about T'Challa right there. She was gonna make T'Challa a baby girl. Oh my god, can we?
They didn't yes queen hard enough. Guess they didn't, because they all got fucking canned today. Yes, Walker. Black Panther got canceled, and you're reading why, clearly. This is not the type of team I would expect to make a Black Panther game. Thank you for the 2. Mike, when he left BioWare in 2020, said, yeah, Mike has been pretty vocal since he left BioWare. But of course, the media right now is trying to do their very best to paint EA as the bad guys to defend the Veilguard team. Kate is dying. We're losing him.
I'm
We're losing him.
You know, like, being in this space, you know, you learn a lot of things that you learn. It's just like, do we not have people that just say, hey, you sound fucking stupid? Like,
right.
Like, I know they're going to be like, oh, that's toxic or whatever, but that is a key thing that you need in some of these companies. You need somebody to go, no, that's dumb. Like,
you need a grounding force.
Yes,
yeah.
You need somebody, hey, do that again. No, redo this. We're not doing that. Like, you need somebody who's going to say no. And
but that like totally wouldn't be very healthy for the work environment.
You're too good at that. Please stop. You're too good.
It is what it is, guys. Frost, thank you for the 350. Bet they were barely 15% through production of Black Panther. I mean, we're never going to know, but I would also assume that they were probably pretty early in the project. This is another issue entirely, is when companies announce projects way too early. Like with Wonder Woman, they announced that shit in 2020, and in 2025 they canceled it because it wasn't even close to being done, and they were just wasting so much money on it. Development studios need to stop announcing things before they're, I don't know, like 75% done. At that point, I could understand, because you're getting into like pre-alphas and you're allowing people to test your game, but like, I don't know if we'll ever get a confirmation on how close to being done the game was, but I don't think that it could have been close, because if EA had already put so much money into it and so much time into it, you'd think that they would just barrel forward with their plans to launch it.
You would think so, but apparently not. And now the only thing I'm thinking of is, because they also have that Iron Man game that they're working on.
Yeah.
Is that going to get canned? You know, what's up with all these superhero games?
Right, there's also, what is it called?
Captain America and Black Panther game.
Rise of Hydra 1943, I think. Yeah, that got delayed.
When was Wolverine revealed? Like 2021 or something like that?
Ooh,
was it 2021 or 22?
It was, I believe it was 2022. Let me see if I can find that really quickly. It was officially announced in 2023. Oh, no. It was officially announced during the PlayStation Showcase event in September 2021. So it's been 4 years now.
You've heard, we don't know anything.
No, I don't even think it has a release schedule or window at all.
We saw that leaked alpha or whatever that came out.
Right.
And then you also heard about them changing the way that Jean is supposed to look, and
breaking my heart.
You hear SBI is also helping some people that work there. So you're pretty much fucked. So I'm thinking like that's probably going to be shit canned next. And what about Spider-Man 3? You know, that's going to be a ways away.
Well, right, because Insomniac was working on Wolverine first before they went to do anything Spider-Man. At this point, I feel like superhero video games are just, they're over. And I think it has to do with the movies. Obviously, I think that you can sell a good superhero movie or TV show easily, but it's not superhero fatigue, it's bad superhero fatigue. And
Yeah.
I think that these game studios are recognizing that the movies and the shows they're not inclining in viewership or interest, and it's like they're trying to cut their losses now. But at the same time, you'd think that for something as big as a Wonder Woman, they'd want to go ahead with it because people have been asking for a Nemesis system game for years. People have loved Wonder Woman for years. The Nemesis system
do terrible things
breaking my
for
heart.
the terrible for the Nemesis system. I would do terrible things for it.
I can't believe it. What is it? Like 2037 is the next time that we might see it. That's so retarded.
That's
they
upsetting.
always lock the good stuff away.
And then they're not making games like that would sell like instantly. You want to know a Marvel game that would sell? Do Ultimate Alliance. Do a new Ultimate Alliance game.
That'd make a lot of money.
That would sell.
It's
Marvel
like we were
Rivals
talking
is
about,
doing good.
yeah, with like a Catwoman or a Harley Quinn, like the sexy bombshell, actually well-written female versions. They'd make a lot of money. But no, instead we have to go with Kill the Justice League, where Harley breaks up with the Joker, and then she has to find her friend Ivy, who she probably wanted to be a lesbian with. They were probably hoping in the sequel she'd grow up and then could be the Greta lesbian. And then we get, then we get Mrs. Freeze. Every time I have to talk about Mrs. Freeze, it's like a frying pan to the face.
Yeah, I think about that skin, that LGBTQ skin.
So bad.
Somebody actually thought that would work. Somebody said, yeah, we're going to put our race gender swap character in the rainbow flag. That's going to work.
Slay! We're allies now. It's terrible.
God, that hurt.
Lamar, thank you for the 2. This is the first time I think EA did us a favor. I kind of agree. Now, I don't want to give them any credit, but I think they might have actually been looking out for us this time. Albatross, thank you for the 5. Look at the bright side. She doesn't have to work with white folk now. I guess not. Put the fries in the bag.
She was probably problematic. I can't be around all of these white people.
Yeah.
You're doing microaggressions against me?
Ooh, I hate that term. That's so awful. I hate
it. I hate it. What the fuck is This is a microaggression. That's a microaggression. Yep. Not, I'm sorry. That's not a microaggression. Stupid ass people, dude. COVID really broke a lot of these people. Yeah, COVID changed a lot. Cabal, thank you for the 5. Camelot. It's the only truck series get smacked in the back of the head. Thank you, Cabal, for the 5. Yeah, we will we'll talk about Camelot in a second, but you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to this this EA situation, I don't want to give them too much credit, because maybe they just were looking at their bottom line saying, we might as well cancel this project because it's not even close to being done. Maybe on the other hand, they did recognize the problems with this. The people like Alexa here who are talking about baby girls at GDC and talking about meow meows at GDC. Maybe they did recognize that Sweet Baby Inc. employees are not a good public face for this. And we don't even know if Sweet Baby was directly affiliated with this. We just know that there were narrative consultants of theirs working on it. So, I mean, it could have been even worse than we know at this point in time, but people like this are not good for business, and maybe EA's waking up to that, or maybe it just happened to be another random project that they said it's not even close to being done, so we might as well cut our losses now. It's probably a mix of both. Oh yeah, probably. They probably got lucky. Like, oh yeah, I'm so glad we weren't that far into development. We could just can this. Yeah. But that's tough. A good Black Panther game could have been good, but unfortunately, I was looking forward to one. We're not going to get that anytime soon. Eric, thank you for the $1.99. Keep her away from the kids. Yeah. 7 years at a daycare, and then she suddenly becomes a Black Panther consultant. It's quite a step up for her, I guess. Congrats. Hey, well, I mean, not congrats now for losing the job, but
She had the congrats from me for 5 minutes, I suppose.
As they say, in the game industry, it's who you know and who you blow, I guess. So
Yeah. Not allowed to bring that up, though. YouTube doesn't like that. Anyway, guys.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. But, I guess moving on to the next topic, we'll talk about Camelot for a minute. There is, unfortunately, still a group of people online who are cancel culture vultures, and they do still have some level of power. It seems that a lot of the people in this situation are raging feminists. I know Cody had said that he was going to be discussing it more on another live stream that he was doing tonight, so you guys will probably get an update on that tomorrow. But he is fighting back against this convention. He exposed this recorded call, but I wanted to let everybody know as a small update that he will actually be going to another convention in only a couple of weeks. He had posted this over on his X, but he said, by the way, I was invited to SEGE 2025 as a special guest. I'll be facing off against the winner of a racing competition. I'll have a booth with merch and a meet and greet. Come and see me. And I bet the people who were furious at him before for being at the first convention, or he was supposed to go to the first convention, are fuming now that he's
pissed.
Oh yeah, because he's getting not only so much social media attention, but also he's getting all of these opportunities, which I of course think is great, because his audience was initially supposed to meet him at this first convention, which of course didn't work out because there were a few people who were triggered over his existence and some of his like crude humor, which of course I don't necessarily mind. And if you didn't like his humor, you didn't have to interact with him. But now he's been invited to this other show. You're going to get a chance to meet him and support him. And I mean, clearly he's not going to get kicked out of this one. He's not going to get kicked out of this event. I know Smash JT is also going, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy to see that, and I hope that the people who end up going enjoy their experience. But I wanted to highlight this because I think that this is fucking great. I mean, shout out to Southeast Game Exchange.
Yeah, they deserve the shout out, and they deserve more people to go there for, you know, having the balls to say, hey, just come out here and just have a good time. Like,
oh yeah,
like the other one, like all you had to do, like you said, you don't have to interact with that individual. It's not like he's a representative of your con or
there's
anything.
plenty of people that go to conventions, but you don't have to agree with every single opinion that they have.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't try to take the moral high ground when a lot of the people that you have going to your convention are OnlyFans models. At that point, what high ground are you taking? Right? Yeah. Oh, so you could have this girl, you know, popping it for $3.99, but you know, Camelot can't make fun of furries. That doesn't make any sense.
And another thing with the Camelot situation is that there were apparently some cosplayers who were really upset that he had a spicy cosplayer take. Ultimately, he has so many cosplayer friends that clearly it's not like he's calling for cosplayers to be removed from events or banned from events or anything like that. They were so overreacting. Also, shout out to Southeast Game Exchange.
Hey, shout out.
Hey, Vera, stumbled across your channel yesterday, got a new sub. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys for running this event, for getting Camelot there. Awesome to see. And I know that Smash is going too. I don't know who else will go, but I think it'll probably end up being a really big event.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And I know that, of course, a lot of people are talking about this, how big of a W it is. Oh, Jake Randall's going. Let's fucking go. Stay winning. You'll love to see it because the people who were screeching are now getting absolutely owned.
That's funny. I know you listened to the phone call.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so with the expo owner, I understand he was trying to save his ass. Any businessman is going to try to do that. But the thing is he was trying to appeal to Cody's good senses. Oh, well, you know, if we end up taking the blame for this, it will do our show in and we might not have a chance to do this again. You guys were the ones who invited him. You could have actually done your due diligence initially, and then there wouldn't have been a problem because you wouldn't have had to invite him if that's not what if that's not the type of person like that you wanted there, it's just crazy to me that this happened, and it happened so quickly.
Yeah. I think when you do things like that, you put yourself like against a wall. And for me, I think it would be better business to go, you know, if you don't agree with that individual, you don't have to interact with them. But
Yeah.
if I invite you out, you know, you spend money, you do all that stuff, you're coming. Like if
Right.
somebody doesn't like you, they're just gonna have to eat that, right? Like, hey, you don't like them, don't interact with them. You know, you don't gotta say nothing to them. Go on about your day. It's a semi big con. I know where it's at. I get, apparently this is their first year, but
So,
I know the area
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm from that area, so I know where it's at. And it's like, oh,
Right.
you have a lot of space. You're gonna have a lot of people there, so nobody's really gonna be like, oh, let's go find that random race car driver that we don't like, and let's go do. Nobody's gonna care. They're just gonna be walking the floor. So
Well, right.
it's like,
And ultimately, when you go to conventions, you don't expect every single person there to agree with every single opinion
Exactly.
you have. And, you know, I know in the email, the expo owner had talked a lot about inclusivity. You're not being very fucking inclusive right now.
yeah.
You're
How are you
not
being
a-
inclusive by excluding people?
Right. You're excluding this person based on, I think a major problem is Tim. I think that there's so many people who hate Tim Cast and hate Tim Pool.
Yeah.
And so they see that name and they got very upset. But whether it boils down to even just his cosplayer opinion or the fact that he is, you know, I'd say more right leaning. He doesn't, you know, put a label on himself, which I completely understand, but he has opinions that they don't like. So yeah, let's claim we want an inclusive con by excluding people. Like, how can you say that with a straight face? How can you type that and take yourself seriously?
And then to make matters worse, then call the dude and then basically talk around what you actually want to say. Which, because he kept going, oh, I don't disagree with you. Or what did he say? I don't disagree. I don't care. What
Right,
you
he
think
even
and
agreed
all that.
with some of the
Yeah.
takes that Cody had.
Like he contradicted himself because he's like, yo, you know, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. However, I do care what you say, what you do, because we're gonna, I'll lose my house if you keep smearing my
right.
my con.
Oh, this
It's
doesn't
wild.
reflect. This doesn't reflect on you as a content creator, even though it's about reflecting on what you've done as a content creator.
Exactly. Just
Like-
contradicting himself.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even really have the balls to say exactly why. He didn't have the balls to go, yeah, these people don't like you, and you know, they would make a bad move for my business, so I had to ask you. I would have more respect for you if you said that than trying to beat around the bush and not say exactly what the issue was. Say, hey, you said some things that people who are coming to my con don't agree with, and that's going to cost me money, so I have to let you go. That's more
100%.
respectful than going, oh, well, you know, well, I don't really care, and well, can we try to find a way to. That's some bullshit, man. And then saying, oh, as a man, well, as a man, you should have just said straight up what it was, because everybody knows, everybody can see what it is. Just say it.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean,
he did himself in.
yeah, I completely agree. And, you know, chat, if you didn't know, he will be at the Southeast Game Exchange, which I think is really cool. I hope that the event goes really well. And I'm just happy to see that, you know, this situation is not, it's not a negative for him at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
he has been able to turn it around. He has been able to, you know, get a lot of attention from it, but ultimately defend himself and defend his audience, which I think is really great. So I wanted to just point that out for everybody. It's really cool. I know Camelot said that he's going to be putting out some more information on it tonight. But Southeast Game Exchange, we have over 30 content creator guests, and some have very progressive ideas and some have very conservative ideas. The love of playing video games is the one thing we all have in common. And see, that's the way that it should be. It shouldn't be about left or right or me versus you and my opinion versus your opinion. Everybody is there because they love video games. And
True.
that's what the big focus should ultimately be. So,
Exactly. You know how many cons I've been to where there's like super far left chicks, like back in the day, super far left chicks, and they're just like, oh yeah, we could go hang out, and they're all cool, even though we fundamentally disagree on a lot of stuff. We're all hanging out, having a good time, because in the real world, nobody really cares about all that shit.
What do you mean
right?
adults acting level-headed with each other? That's I don't know about the propaganda you're spewing right now, but I've
I don't
heard
know
that
about
can
that
never
one.
happen.
I don't know. We'll
what
see when I go
you're
to
talking
FatCon.
about.
We'll see when I go to FatCon. If they're so inclusive. God damn it.
I can't believe you actually are doing that.
It's Hypnotic's fault.
I know, but I
It's
can't believe
Hypnotic's
it's gotten
fault.
to this point.
I said no. I said I don't want to do this. Let's not encourage the audience. But they were so generous. Okay, first of all, I really appreciate all of them for showing up for the stream.
You're like, I
showing out the way
appreciate you,
that
but
they
fuck
did.
you.
Yeah, no, quite literally. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for, that was $2,000 in one night. That's not small money. That's a lot of money.
No, yeah.
But fuck you guys, because now we have to go to goddamn FatCon. And we can't back out. I can't back out.
Yeah.
We did that live on stream. We have to go out there. So even if we don't make it in or not, we still have to go. So either way, it's gonna be a fun experience anyway. So, and we'll do it for you guys.
I'll do it for you guys, but I don't like you guys anymore.
I don't.
This is gonna be my retirement stream.
I'm afraid, dude. I'm actually afraid to go there because I know the smell is gonna be.
Oh God, that's
the smell, and then the fact that I just really feel like we're gonna waste the money buying the tickets because they're gonna see us walk up on our camera equipment, vlogging and doing our things. They're gonna be like, and then they're gonna see how small we are because we don't weigh 350 pounds.
You're gonna have to get the hidden glasses camera and the hat camera, and you're gonna have to do it covertly.
We were talking about it earlier today. We might have to put on a fat suit. Put on a fat suit and then go, and then say we're cosplaying and we're trying to see the experience of fat people, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, I'm not volunteering for that stream.
But yeah, we're here to see the experience of you fats. We want to see what's so inclusive and what there is to celebrate about being overweight. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I have a feeling I know how it's gonna go though. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go very well, to be honest. But
hey, if we pay our tickets, they're gonna let us the fuck in. All right, or I'm kicking that door down.
You're gonna get there and you're gonna be banned. They're gonna fucking ban you on site. Eric, thank you for the $1.99 Big Bat Con and 264 days prepare.
You're really keeping count? Is that how many days it is? Jeez.
Everyone's excited about it. Where is it?
You want to know why it's so bad? Thank you for asking that question. No, that's the Southeast Game Exchange.
Yeah. But I was asking about FatCon.
It's in Seattle.
Oh my God. Nah.
It's in Seattle, and not
the
only
jokes
is it in
write them fucking selves. Of course it's in fucking Seattle.
It's in Seattle in the middle of January. So not only is it in Seattle,
they got the extra holiday weight that they put on for you.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold as shit. I've never been that far north over there. Yes, I have, because Alaska or whatever, but that doesn't really count. But over there on the west coast of the United States, I've never been there, and I want to go there because I want to go to the mountains.
Now you're going.
I want to go to the forest. I want to go see all that. I don't want to see the big bitches. I don't want to see that. I don't.
You're gonna definitely be doing some sightseeing. That's for sure. It's gonna be hard to miss.
It's gonna be a lot of eclipses going on in there, dude. It's gonna be wild.
Eric, thank you for the $1.99. Use your black privilege. They can't say no to that.
I might run out of that. I might run out of that before we get there.
Suddenly, guys, the day before, I can't make it to the event. I'm so sorry. It's just real life emergency.
God, going to FatCon before GTA 6 drops. That's crazy.
That is insane.
It's only 3 years old, by the way. This will be the third year that they've done the FatCon.
Oof.
So I don't expect it to do a fourth.
I don't think so. Well, maybe. I mean, they made it 3 years. Maybe they'll make it 4. Thank you for the 5. Just did a fresh redive into the first Splinter Cell. The game of yesteryear were much better than today's Slop. Oh, 100%. I mean, there are still amazing games that released today, like Expedition 33, but they're very few and far between. I mean, I would choose Splinter Cell over 90% of the games that release nowadays.
We were talking about what is it? Rainbow Six Vegas from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's OG, and that was good. You know what I mean? And then a very slept on game, Ghost Recon. What was it? Was it Advanced Warfare or was it it was like some future shit. I forget what it's called, but it was like a Ghost Recon game where it's like futuristic.
Yeah,
it was so good. I wish that would have got more. That would have got more.
I never
attention.
got into Ghost Recon.
I used to love Ghost Recon.
I
Before
really
it became
didn't.
Rainbow Six Siege. It was good. Future Soldier, that's the one. Future Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Never played it, but I've
so
heard of
good.
it.
It was so good.
I've heard that
so
it's really good. But
it was so good.
yeah, I don't know. I played primarily like Modern Warfare and then Black Ops, so like Call of Duties, and then Halo. I was so big into Halo. I miss the fucking good Halo days. Halo 2 is the best Halo. Chat, don't fight me on it. Halo 3 is good. Halo 3 is good.
I'm
but
gonna
Halo
fight
2's
you
better.
on it. I'm gonna do some blasphemy. Everybody hates this opinion when I say it, but
don't say it then. Just don't say it.
Halo, I like Halo Reach more than Halo 3. I do.
Ooh, now that is
I
a
do.
spicy take. I love Reach.
I love Halo 3. Don't get me wrong. Halo 3, it was a genre-defining game.
It was.
It was fun in every aspect. Campaign, multiplayer. It was great. I just feel like Reach did everything that 3 did and did it better. That's how I
mean,
feel.
my tiers would be Halo 2, Halo 1, Reach. So yeah, and Halo 3's there.
Well, that's kind of
Halo 3's number
blasphemy.
4,
Okay.
but
No. 3 on 4? No. No. We can't do that.
what do you mean? Halo 2, Halo 1, and then Reach, and then 3.
No, I don't know about that.
No,
one. I don't know about that.
What would your ranking be then?
I don't know about that one. It would have to be.
Halo 3 sold more than Reach. Yeah, well, technically,
did.
Veilguard sold more than Dustborn. That doesn't make it a good game.
It did. But that's
Halo 3 is amazing. But the thing for me is I love almost every Halo game so much. It's such a nostalgic franchise for me. I even really enjoyed Infinite.
I won't say every game.
I mean,
I
ODST
don't like
was...
Halo 5.
Yeah, 5,
Whoa.
ODST.
What about ODST?
I'm not a big fan of ODST. I don't know why. It's just never clicked with me.
Did you play it all the way through?
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't.
Well, listen. Okay, from one point of view, I could understand because when I first played it, I was expecting something like Halo 3.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was still a child at that point, so I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't anything like 3. And then you play it, and it's like, wow, this is actually pretty deep, pretty good story, right?
Maybe I need to replay it. It has been a long time. I've only played it like twice, so
yeah, you gotta replay it because you got Buck, you got all the other characters in there. The rookie, yeah, man, yeah. Halo ODST is a shit, but you know what? I don't like 4. I don't like 5.
Yeah, I don't like 4 or 5 either. I feel like that's a universal opinion. I also didn't get into like Halo Wars.
I love Halo Wars though.
I think it's fun, but I
loved Halo Wars.
I wouldn't be sitting here playing it day one if it released now. Like
I would.
It's not a game I gravitate towards.
Yeah, that's like one of those chill games, but it's fun. Halo Wars 2 was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Kada, speaking facts, Reach is the best Halo. I don't know. I don't think it's the best.
It's the best.
No.
It has one of the best campaigns.
No.
And the multiplayer is just fantastic.
No.
Forge mode. The Forge Island.
Yeah.
Well, Forge Island, because you had Forge in 3. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. You had Forge in 3, but Forge Island on Reach was different.
That was in Reach. Yeah.
Because you had the only game mode I could think of for Reach is the falling stuff. When you're going up and you're trying to dodge everything, that was like great. And then you had the Warthog races or Mongoose races that came back from Halo 3, but even better. Like, dude, Reach is a shit.
I never had played much of its multiplayer either. I know that there was a lot of criticisms towards Reach's multiplayer.
The armor lock,
Yeah.
and sprint.
I think
Armor
for
lock
me,
and sprint was too much.
it's just that I think Reach is so fun, but I just did not like the maps.
That's valid. That's
Like,
valid.
I don't
Halo 3
remember.
did have better
I don't
maps.
remember having a problem with the story. I don't remember the entire story now because it's been a while. I remember some parts of the story. But let's not get into spoiler territory, chat.
Yeah,
but,
the game is almost 20 years old.
Yeah,
in like 5
let's
years,
not
but
spoil.
let's not talk about spoilers.
I don't remember anything memorable about the maps.
I mean, I can think.
I'll replay it. I'll replay it.
I'm trying to get Epic Mike to. I'm trying to get Epic Mike, Dan Vass, maybe Eric July. I'm trying to get us to play some Halo because I want to play OG Halo, like the Master Chief Collection.
Yes, we should do a tournament. We should do like some community tournament, and I don't know, everyone puts like $100 into it or something.
Yeah, y'all don't want that.
Yes.
Y'all don't want that because then everybody's not gonna like me. Because then they're not gonna like me because I'm just gonna come through, clean
Try
shit
hard.
up, and then I'm sweaty. Hey, well, Halo, I'm sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
I haven't played Infinite in so long.
Me neither.
I was so sad when they just kind of killed it off. They just stopped giving a fuck.
Infinite has good bones, multiplayer wise.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun, and I liked the story. I didn't think the story was terrible. It was fucking heartbreaking with Cortana, but like they didn't do anything else with the multiplayer. It's not like they gave a wide variety of maps or new guns or modes. They just gave up.
I don't even think Forge was there on release. I don't even think Forge was there. They still haven't implemented split screen co-op. You know,
so crazy.
The microtransactions in the stores would really turn me off for Halo because I'm like, that's not Halo.
No,
that's not Halo.
It's not.
If I want the skin for Halo, I'm gonna go unlock it. You know, like I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna do the challenges. I'm gonna unlock the skins. I'm not gonna pay $20 for fucking blue. I'm not doing that.
Don't you want the set of the diversity, the rainbow armors?
No.
Well, don't you want to pay that?
The Black Lives Matter skins.
Yeah.
That was. I kid you not. That was my biggest video the other month when I was just roasting that shit because I'm like, yo, look, they did the A-Train thing. They really did the A-Train thing where they had the Daishiki Spartan armor. Like
they thought that they were doing something good there. They really did.
You already know it was like some 20-something-year-old white chick that was like, yes, the blacks love this. You know, they loved it. And then like she got on her knee and put her fist up and she was like, yes, they're gonna pay so much money for this. That's exactly what happened.
She really thought. I can't imagine any other type of person putting that in a game and taking themselves fucking seriously. So
yeah, nobody else but them.
Stark, thank you for the 10, the pointing and the laughing emojis, and Eric, thank you for the $4.99. There's no Halo after 3. What are y'all talking about blasphemy? I mean, there are other
Halo
good
after
games.
Reach. Okay, if you want to be technical, Halo died with Halo Reach because that's when Bungie stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, so Halo Reach will be the end. Everything after that is a cheap copy.
Yeah, speaking of things that are not cheap, League of Legends is getting a skin bundle that costs a minimum of $430. So not even the max tier, guys. This is the minimum buy-in price. $430.
I just read the minimum. The minimum?
Yep. The minimum.
So like, is there other tiers for it?
It goes up to $600.
Do you have that?
That's what I had read. They also had done one... Legends. They had done a similar one last year as well. They had done an... So here's... Let me bring this up. This is the article from last year's when they did it. I spoke to a League of Legends player who actually owns the $430 skin. So this isn't the first time they've done it, but I believe the total for this was like 600. I'd assume it goes up to 6 as well. Because it's like the same type of event. Well, this says 500.
as somebody that doesn't play League ever, you don't even really see the characters, right? Because they're so far down from the camera.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see them, but not $430 worth of seeing them. If
So
I'm
it's not like
buying a
like
skin for
Marvel.
$430, I'm expecting a little bit more than just looking at the back of my character's head and maybe seeing the like slightly pretty shimmering fucking glowing effects. I
That's as
expect her to do
bad-
the fucking dishes. Like
that's as bad as the prestige skins in Apex Legends.
it is. And it's so it's sad, right? Because companies know that they can get money out of people for special fucking bundles that are limited time. But instead of trying to get like as many people as possible to buy it at a slightly cheaper cost, they decide, no, we're going to make it so only a select few will get it. And they're also time sensitive. So it's not like in 3 years you could decide, oh, I finally saved up for it. So it's FOMO on top of this absolutely disgusting fucking cost. This is a Chinese development studio in a fucking nutshell. This is Riot Games. I mean, they're 100% fucking Chinese now. This is what they do. They scam you.
And I just thought about something. When they put it in the store, it's gonna be it's $430, right?
But you can't just buy $430.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spend more in order to get the entire $430.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
anybody that buys this, you deserve it.
They really thought that this was the move, and I think that it's cool.
Who is this nigga?
Well,
Who is this?
So this skin is for him. So it's basically a Hall of Fame skin. So I don't dislike the idea of pro players getting like skins in a game. If you've been with a game for years and they help design a skin, I think that's fine. But this price tag is absolutely fucking mental. If it was like $20, which is the standard price for a skin in a game nowadays, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Like, you're celebrating his legacy and the years that he's put into this game, sure. But this much money? At
this point, it better be a whole new character that's just for him. And then once it's gone, it's gone.
I agree. It's gotta be something better.
Because I could justify that. Spending $400 something on a brand new character for a dude that's been playing the game for years.
No. There's no fucking shot for $400. If you're justified $400,
I could, at that point, I could justify it because it's a brand new character.
For a character and a skin?
No, like an actual character. Brand new character.
We've lost him.
He's
lost the fucking plot.
I could at least justify that. Because it's a brand new character.
Bro, you could buy a fucking Switch 2 for that price.
I'm sure you could. That's the only way I could justify it. Like, because it's like, oh,
justify it. It should be maybe $50 for a character and a skin bundle. Maybe a little sticker as well.
True. I mean, fucking Ninja got a skin in Fortnite, and it was like, what? I don't even remember how much that was.
Ooh,
it was
I don't
cheap.
remember. Fortnite's
it was
EA.
cheap.
Ninja skin in Fortnite. Price.
But that's the only way I could justify a brand new character.
It ended up being 2,000 V-Bucks, which is $20, which I think is standard. Yeah, but
$400 something for a skin, man. That skin better suck.
Oh, but if you put a character in it, guys, if you put a character in the bundle, it's perfectly fine. That's way better.
An exclusive character for this Hall of Fame legend or whatever. I can. That makes more sense to me than a skin. That makes more sense than a skin. Not saying I would buy it, not saying I would do it, but it's more understandable than a skin. It's more understandable. Like just an exclusive skin? What? For the price of a Steam Deck?
Yep. Exactly.
Nah.
And I mean, I'm not somebody who really watches like the pro League of Legends scene. If I'm watching pro, I'm usually watching something like Apex or Rivals or like StarCraft. I watch those leagues, but I'm not sitting here watching League of Legends. And also, chat, to top that off, a major problem is that if you're an average person, you don't know who this is. Like, I'm somebody who watches these other pro leagues and who looks at social media at pro gameplay. And sometimes, like League of Legends tournaments, if it's like a world, I've never heard of this guy in my life. And maybe this is really special for the League of Legends players, but I just can't imagine spending $430. I guess I could see for $430. No, I can't even. I was going to say maybe if you have like a bundle of like 6 skins and then a character. But even that, then you're also getting into pay to win territory. Because if you're charging $430 for a character and it's limited time, that means you are completely changing the meta based on one single special collection edition. Yeah, Kada had to walk away for a minute. But I could see $20 for a skin. That's pretty standard in games now, like Black Desert Online, Marvel Rivals, Fortnite. $20 is standard. I still think that 20 is a little expensive for a slightly prettier skin, but for $430, and the worst part is that they've done this before. So sure, they're doing it now, but they had previously done this last year. That's insane. It reminds me of this. This was back at the beginning of the month. I didn't actually get a chance to talk about this in a video or a live stream, or maybe I mentioned it in a live stream. But Diablo players were pissed off because there was a $150 Berserk collab. And players were talking about how it was boring and overpriced, which I completely agree with. I think that collabs can work. Like with the Stellar Blade and Nier Automata collab, that I understand. I think that that's cool. But it has to be reasonably priced. I like Berserk. I don't actively play Diablo 4, but let's say for argument's sake, I did play Diablo 4. I would not be spending $150 for a fucking collab. That's crazy. I'm just never going to understand a price like that. Anyway, hi, welcome back.
Hi.
Napping, doing what women do.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But there are people, I mean, there's people that play Destiny. They paid all that money for them Destiny Star Wars collabs. Yeah. You know, and what's the other one that they collab with? It was another thing that they collab with, but
I mean, even look at games like Fortnite. They're collabing with fucking AI Darth Vader, who's going around calling people cunts and little bitches and fucking soy boys. Talking about sucking dick.
And that's for free.
Yeah.
That's all for free.
Yeah.
That's all for free.
And this whole thing reminded me of this article that came out in 2021 by NPR saying, microtransactions are great for companies, less so for players. No fucking shit, Sherlock. We have been saying that for years. Where are their new articles talking about what's going on in the gaming industry with $430 skins? They're not covering it, which infuriates me so much because I know over the past couple of years, a big shift in gaming has been more on DEI initiatives because it's very important. The people who are making our games are not being hired based on merits. They're being hired based on the color of their skin, which is absurd. But microtransactions are just as important. And when you have games like this, putting $430 cosmetics into it, yeah, I know that it's optional, but fuck that. These companies need to be called out more.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a lot of money. Like $430.
Oh, but if you put a single character in it, guys, it makes it better.
That I didn't say that it makes it better.
You did. You said it justifies it.
I said it's more justifiable.
You're the type of person that these fucking Winnie the Pooh guys want to appeal to. No, China number 2.
Because I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just saying I would understand more.
You're willing to get scammed by these Chinese fucking devs.
No, I won't buy it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not buying this shit.
You're not now, but what
I wasn't even buying.
What if they put a $430 special skin into Marvel Rivals?
I'm not buying it.
Oh my god. Pro player. It's the same thing. If it's a character, you'd buy it.
It would be more justifiable.
It'd be more justifiable.
I would understand that more than you know, oh, I think you're taking my words out of context here because I said this is a guy who's been playing the game for years and he's supposed to be a League of Legends.
And I do get that they want to honor him,
right?
And I think that that's good.
Yeah, that would make more sense to me. Yeah. But a skin, no, I can't justify that. Yeah. I don't even buy. Like, look, I play Marvel Rivals.
I get what you mean, though. I do.
I play it a lot. I don't buy skins. Like, if I don't play the character. I don't buy the skin. Like, I only have Thor skins. That's the only skins I've ever bought. Right? All the other ones I've earned from the battle pass. I don't buy the skins. I learned that lesson from Apex. Like, I don't buy skins anymore. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't. It's too much, dude. Like, we're getting to a point where people are just gonna tell you no, we're not doing it. But you're still gonna have the whales out there though. Like Genshin. Genshin is very big for that.
I never got into Genshin because I know that it monetarily wasn't the best. You definitely need to put quite a bit of money into it.
It got me for a few months. It had me like last year. Year before last. It had me for like a few months. Like
I've
3-4
heard that
months.
it's fun.
It is fun to play. It is fun to play. The characters are cool, you know, but it does get to a point where like you could earn a lot of them just by playing. But then it gets to a point where they start dropping some good ones. It's like, I kind of want that one. And it's like, oh, I kind of want that one. And it gets wild. Gets wild.
Too much money. And guys, I guess we'll end off the stream with a good old Randy fucking Bitchford topic.
Randy Pitchfork.
I mean, Mr. USB at medieval times himself. Of course... Just a couple of, well, I guess it wasn't even a couple of days ago. It was like a week and a half ago now.
Yeah,
he had said, he'd responded to somebody who had asked, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion. He said, not my call, and if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 and $91 when I was just out of high school, working a minimum wage job at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. And now he's claiming that this is why they need the fucking money. Because Borderlands 4's budget is more than double Borderlands 3. And we don't know for certain what Borderlands 3's budget was, but it was rumored at $200 million.
Whose fault is that? I don't care. No. You're not about to sit here and tell me, oh, I need to charge you more money because I spent more money making this game when I didn't need to. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. All right? No, that's bullcrap. That's bullcrap.
Nobody needs to be making a game for hundreds of millions of dollars.
You don't. That goes back to our first topic. There's no you have no excuse. There is literally no excuse to be spending this much money on the game. You're not going to get a better product out of it. You know, it's nothing but bloat. It's like, you know, you're hiring people that don't really need to be there. You're spending extra money for no reason. For no reason. Clear Obscure Expedition 33. The dude came out, what was it, yesterday, the day before, and said that it costs less than Mirror's fucking Edge.
Yeah. And I don't know what he means with inflation. But either way, we're talking less than $50 million.
Yes.
We're talking way under that. We're probably talking like $25 or $30 million, like maximum. And that's also considering the Mirror's Edge inflation.
And even if he's not talking about adjusting for inflation, you don't have a fucking excuse. Have y'all ever played Mirror's Edge? That is a great looking game, and it was a cheap made game. You don't have an excuse for that. No, I don't care. Oh, you got to charge. We doubled the budget. You doubled the budget. I didn't do that.
I don't know what Split Fiction's budget was either. I don't see it, but that was another game, $50, AA. I'm sure that probably cost them less than 50 million. It's sold over, I think at this point, like 4 million copies, which is fantastic. This is what happens when you make good content. Yes, I do think that these games ultimately sold more copies because of the lower price tag, but it just shows that you can still make money and you can still profit if you don't put $500 million fucking dollars into a single game. Concord looked like it was made for $50 million. Now, maybe they had rebooted it. Maybe a lot of the money that they had initially put into it had gone into the fucking void, I suppose. But that was a project that Sony in total paid like $500 million for, between buying the studio, supporting with development costs, having them do more development. Like, that is insane.
Look, Borderlands died after 2 anyway, so at this
Yeah,
point, I don't even.
and then the movie came out.
That came out last year, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It
Came out,
felt
what,
like it was
August?
years ago, but it was
Yeah.
last year.
Well, because it was so fucking outdated even when it came out. The jokes were not funny. Visually, it didn't look appealing. I don't know what they were thinking.
I'm glad that's one movie that I didn't suffer through, and I never will.
It's almost worth suffering through so you can say that you've seen it.
Nope. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. That's good enough for me. I'm not. That sounds like pain. That sounds like pain and depression, and got enough of that.
100%. Seth, thank you for the 2. Bella keeps knocking over Coke cans. And Eric, thank you for the $1.99 RIP Borderlands DOA. I don't see a way that this could go overly positive for them. Is this going on Game Pass day 1?
I doubt it.
Borderlands 4 Game Pass day 1. I doubt it. Is not. There's no confirmation. I didn't think so, but I figured I would check.
And even if it does, that's not going to be a positive for them anyway. Because
the thing is that they can spin it as a positive of players instead of copies sold, which I think is a big point for a lot of these companies now, because when companies put out a game, they want to be able to boast. And so if they don't boast for the first few weeks, that means their game's selling like fucking trash. But when their games go on Game Pass now or go on a subscription service, then they can say, oh, we hit 4 million players or 5 million players. And it's just a way for them to cover their asses and make it look like they're actually making money, even though gamers can see through it. So that's why I was wondering.
I mean, the budget thing, think about it like this. Schedule 1, that dude Tyler, who knows how much money he spent on that.
Oh, God.
Probably nowhere near any amount that he would need to, like, you know, be like, oh, I spent $200 million on Schedule 1.
Yeah.
Everybody would look at him like he was dumb.
Yep.
Right? And he's making millions.
Millions. He is. Which is great. I love to see people be successful, people who are actually passionate and who are actually half fucking decent, but you don't have to put $500 million into games at this point, and I hope that companies start to realize that, but it's very hard to get them to change because they think that they know best, and they think that everything they do cannot be, I don't know, like, can't be seen as wrong. Like, there's always a positive spin to everything they do, even if it's a failure, which is so mind-numbingly stupid.
Well, they're gonna learn the hard way.
They are gonna learn. They are definitely, for sure. But chat, that's about gonna be the end of the stream. We've talked about a lot tonight. We talked about, of course, Camelot. We discussed Black Panther. We talked about companies and their massive greed. We talked about Randy Bitchford. A lot has been happening. A lot has been happening. By the way, guys, I still don't know how that community leaderboard works. I've been trying to watch it throughout the stream. I have not found a rhyme or reason to it. Right now, Robotnik's number 1. I guess we'll see by the time the stream ends. Congrats, Robotnik. I don't know how it works. But Kato, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you, about your channel, about what you're doing over there?
Yes, we have videos coming up on Marvel, on all these other movies that are coming out, TV shows, depending on the show, video game news, all of that stuff, basically around the same thing that Vera does, except, you know, I be procrastinating, so I don't upload every day. You gotta
do it.
When I upload, it means when I put a video out, it's because I wanted to talk about it pretty much. So yeah, you should go look at it. I guess I do good videos. That's what they say. I don't want to,
that's what they say.
That's what they say. I don't know why I have a live tab right there. Those should all be members only.
Because it puts it in your face like, actually he does do live streams. It's just not for you fucking plebs. You actually have to swipe your fucking credit card.
Listen, I was told by a variety of people that if I kept the live streams on my channel, it hurts my algorithm.
Well, listen,
So
let me say, as the woman with 162K subs, since the start of my channel, have live streamed. I've never taken down videos or put them behind members. I think I'm doing just fine. So
yeah, I mean, I'll try it in the future. We'll see. We'll
you
see. I
could
almost
leave up
hit,
specific ones as well, ones that you think will end up pulling in views after the fact. But
yeah.
I mean, maybe it will help your channel. What do I know?
Maybe I think maybe I need to get more consistent with it. So
Yeah.
like if it's like a consistent streaming thing, then they'll see, oh, at that time that's when he does that, so they won't try to fuck me over. So we'll see.
I mean, YouTube, there's no rhyme or reason, so I really don't have any suggestions. Eric, thank
Nobody
you for the
knows.
$4.99. More money for gamer mommy Vera. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank
Damn,
you.
Eric, get off your knees, bro.
Damn. Don't be
Eric
jealous.
Jenkins always on his knees.
Don't
swear
be jealous.
he's always sipping for somebody.
Yeah.
Always. That damn
You're just mad that it's not you tonight.
well, I don't want another grown man simping for me, so I'm fine completely with it. It's cool with me. That's cool with me. Eric Jenkins he need to get off his knees, man. Golly, or buy some knee pads.
But chat, I did put his links in the description, so make sure to check that out. I've also put it in chat. Anything else you want to?
Yes,
say?
yes,
Yeah,
sub to me. Also go sub to New Black Street. We had Varadark on there a few weeks ago. That was fun.
What? That is crazy. I was on
That
there.
was fun.
That was fun.
You
That
know,
was.
and we do streams every Monday and Friday, and they're pretty funny. All right, I will.
This week is
glaze those.
Saturday though. Right?
Yeah, this Saturday, because you know on Friday we got the thing with side scrollers, which you're gonna lose.
The thing
by the way.
with the stuff and the people.
Yeah, you know, over there on the channel with the individuals, you're gonna lose. By the way, I hope you know that. I'm coming to win. I'm coming to win.
I mean, we'll see.
We're coming to
I
win.
don't know.
So yeah, go to
don't
New
know.
Black Street where we have guests on every week. You never know who's gonna show up. I just got somebody that I've been watching for years to agree to come on New Black Street. I can't even tell y'all who it is, but it's so, dude, it's insane. So yeah, y'all should go.
Yeah,
check
guys,
that
there's
out.
big things happening, but you can't know about it yet. Ooh.
Nope. I can't divulge secrets. Silence, bro. Every time he comes on my stream, I have a specific clip for Eric Jenkins because when he shows up, he does the monkey thing.
Yep.
So I have to play the monkey clip. So
well, thank you, Eric, for the $1.99. But chat, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the live stream here. I will be live tomorrow at I think 7 p.m. because Night Rain comes out at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll probably go live at my normal time of 7. And we'll be playing.
Who you playing with?
Me, myself, and I. You for
can't
real.
You can't play that game solo. It's
Yeah,
a
you can.
multiplayer game.
It's solo or 3-player. All right. Well, I'll be live at 7. So invite me. What are you playing on Steam?
Yeah.
I bought it on Steam because Hypnotic said he was playing it on Steam, so I figured.
Yeah, I got it on Steam. I got it.
Okay, guys. Well,
day for
tomorrow at
yesterday.
7 p.m., Kada and me will be playing.
Yeah, well, I guess so. We'll try to rope somebody else into it. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't have any friends, so all I know is I was just gonna play. I'm gonna have to play with fucking randoms most of the time. I'm actually gonna want to rip my eyes out. It's gonna be bad.
Watching a random get fucking one shot by a boss. Yeah, that's gonna be
by
great
fucking Nameless King got speared in the head. Oh my god. That's terrible. Anyway, guys, I'll be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Then, of course, on Friday, we'll be doing side scrollers in the morning and in the evening, the special stream. And then over the weekend, we'll be playing Night Rain. So, yeah, check out the links in the description. Follow me, follow Kada, follow both of us on social media. Join the Discord if you're not already a part of it. And I'll be live tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for your donations, for your support, for being here, for hanging out, for stopping by, and have a really fantastic rest of your evening, everyone.
Enjoy yourselves. You know what I just realized?